આવડે જ મને ગુજરાતી. અને હું અમદાવાદનો જમાઈ છું ભાઈ. I was an introvert, I was shy. PR नाम की चीज़ ही नहीं थी मेरे पास. I didn't know that you have to talk about your success and blow the trumpet. The energy and the mindset of Mr. Bachchan, in spite of all the problems that he has, he will never show it at work. There's so much hatred and being vindictive today that just an algorithm is throwing out hatred. AI is controlling hate, not an individual. So, scary time. I have never had a single film related magazine in my house then and today. I was always very, very secure. I never competed with anybody. That's why I have so many friends in the industry. If I believed in Sunil Gavaskar, till my dying day, he would always be my hero. I used to fight, I used to beat.
One warning that you want to give to Rahul. Gujarati Mid-Day .Com સાથે આજે એક એવી પર્સનાલિટી છે જેને માટે મેચ્યોર વાઇન શબ્દ પરફેક્ટ બંધ બેસતો છે. આપણને તો ખબર છે કે વાઇન જેમ જેમ મેચ્યોર થાય એમ એમ એની વેલ્યુ, એનો નશો બધું જ વધતું જાય. એક ડાયલોગ છે જે કંઈક આવો છે, તૂટુંગા નહીં તોડુંગા. તો આવી રીતે તોડફોડ કરીને એજને હાથમાં મુઠ્ઠીમાં રાખનારા એક્ટર સુનિલ શેટ્ટી આજે આપણી સાથે વાત કરી રહ્યા છે. સુનિલ શેટ્ટીનું એક્ટિંગ કરિયર તો બહુ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ રહ્યું છે, પણ એમની બિઝનેસ એક્યુમેન બહુ જ શાર્પ છે. આવા જ એક બહુ જ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ બિઝનેસમાં એમણે ઇન્વેસ્ટ કર્યું છે. એટલે આજે આપણે એક્ટર અને બિઝનેસમેન સુનિલ શેટ્ટી સાથે વાત કરવાના છીએ. વેલકમ ટુ ગુજરાતી મિડ-ડે .com.
વાઇન પીતો નથી.
વાઇન પીતો નથી એ વાત સાચી છે, પણ મેચ્યોર વાઇનની વેલ્યુ યુ નો. કેટલું ગુજરાતી આવડે છે?
થોડું બહુ આવડે છે.
વાવ, થેન્ક્સ ટુ
બધા દોસ્તા ગુજરાતી છે.
ઓલ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ,
સ્કૂલ
હાઉ
ફ્રેન્ડ્સ,
અમેઝિંગ.
સ્કૂલ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ બધા ગુજરાતી.
Wow. So I actually had a different plan to start this interview, but now I want to know about your Gujarati connection. I think we should start from that.
A lot of friends, childhood friends in Gujarati, from Gujarat, I mean Gujaratis, and the tendency of them always feeding you, would always take you to their homes, you know, and that's why I love Gujarati food. The first thing I do, even when I get into anywhere in Gujarat, is
Gujarati thali.
get my thali done.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a thali fan?
Yeah. Even if it was Kutch, it was always that first Kutchi thali. Then for 1 week of shooting during refugee, only on the last day because it's so heavy.
It's very heavy. You can't
and you need
walk.
to sleep for 2-3 hours after. So
you just need good sleep after that.
That's Gujarat for me.
But Gujarati bolta avadvu is quite surprising. Whatever little you have spoken.
સારું બોલું છું. You know, the thing is, you got to get into the flow. If I get into Gujarati company, after an hour and a half, it comes. Otherwise, Marathi words come in.
Yeah.
You get it.
It's a mixture of languages.
That's right.
Wow.
But I understand it 100% and I speak, including the accent sometimes, because a lot of my friends in America are interior Surat. You're talking about Badoli and all those places.
Yeah.
તો એટલા માટે બધા મને આવડે.
My God, this is a surprise. So, okay, now let's get
She's
back to...
She's confused now. She's
No, I'm so excited. I wish I had an hour with you.
Badoli Gujarat.
I know.
એમ કેમ આવડે?
સુરતનું ગુજરાતી પણ આવડે છે.
આવડે, બધા આવડે.
Shout Gujarat, Dakshin Gujarat, as they say.
Absolutely. And directly from Badoli Gujarati to the American accent that they have.
Patel Gujarati. Yeah.
That's right.
So I'm sure that you have been asked this question n number of times. 60 sounds like 60 with you.
So sweet.
What happened?
I guess the consistency when it came to health, consistency of wanting to take care of yourself, realizing probably 10 years ago, okay, where am I going? What is with this career? I've been making mistakes. I can't get out of that. And the decisions to say, you know what, let's end everything. I don't want to do anything. Let me take a break and then decide if I want to come back. Here in 2 years in, Dad fell unwell and that got into me spending 3-4 years with him. Then came the pandemic. So I think this entire gap and realization that shit, there's so many other things that I could do in life here. Why am it was good that I pursued it till the time good was coming to me. When junk is coming to me, who are they to decide whether I should accept it or not? That is mine. And I think that's when it happened. And then realizing that food matters, spice matters, training matters, being happy matters, is when that change in your physical self also came. And because I was consistent, for me, my pair of jeans when I was 18 is still the pair of jeans that lie in my cupboard. And every time to test whether I put on weight or no, that's the one pair of denims I get into.
Really?
And I get into it and I say, I'm okay. I never wear loose clothes through the year, tracks or shorts or, because it expands. It doesn't tell you the truth. My weighing scale, these are my biohacks. My weighing scale is my biohack. My salt that is outside of the table is my biohack. My quantification of my food is my biohack. The oil that goes into my food is my biohack. My balance of carbohydrates and protein is my biohack. This is a biohacking center which allows you to understand all those parameters, what is wrong, through tissues, through deep dive and understanding the body.
Biohack is a very, it's a very interesting term. So biohack. If I ask you, if you get a chance to hack someone's health and get it into you, who will be your target?
The energy of Mr. Bachchan, even at this age.
Yeah.
I'd say the energy and the mindset of Mr. Bachchan. In spite of all the problems that he has, he will never show it at work. He never carries it to work. I mean, what kind of a mindset is that? What is it that drives that mind to constantly learn and deliver better and better and better and better? So, these are the kind of people who inspire you. If I see someone and I hear is 100 years old and in Manali, I'll go and sit down there and ask you, what do you do? What do you eat? Do you wear shoes? Don't you wear shoes? What happens in winter? What happens in summer? How do you keep? That is biohacking. Biohacking is learning what the seniors have been through, have gone through, and then imparted that knowledge to us. The technique of biohacking or a center is to understand what you lack. I have toxics in my blood. When I tested in the test, it came. And I was like, how, Then I realized maybe it's not the food I eat, but it's not how I eat my food or what I eat, but how the food and where it comes from, which is going to happen today, because you're in this new age world of everything being in a controlled atmosphere, everything bottled, everything prepared accordingly. We understand it, and it's not about anti-aging, it's delaying the process of aging. So for me, what my exercise is not necessarily what it was 20 years ago. Today it's about straightening my back, it's about walking straight, it's about avoiding injuries, it's about the rotary movement of the hips and being able to take big steps, because the tendency is to drag, tendency is to hunch, tendency is to get slow. So consciously
not doing those things. Interesting. Your acting career has been quite interesting, a lot of ups, lot of downs. There was a time when, you were written off, even when your films were doing good at box office. And when I, talk to you right now, I see a very spiritual person, in a world of glamour, lights, fame, money, everything. What keeps you rooted? What are the 5 very important lessons that you have learned in this journey?
My father struggled. He came at an age when he was 9 years old. I can't even imagine Ahan and Athiya working at the age of 9. And he, with that tablecloth, cleaning tables, achieving what only a dream career could achieve, buying the 3 restaurants that he worked in. And today I'm the owner of those buildings. Everybody says, Sunil's very well set. No, it was he who set it up. I'm just taking care of what he has created. His belief that doing too much doesn't get you anywhere. He bought one, he bought the other. The minute he started taking care of both, he realized he wasn't giving time to the family. So he gave it off to a manager. He bought the 3rd one, he gave it off to the manager. So the time that he spent with me, the faith that he had in me, he used to believe me blindly. Only one question, Beta, is that true? Yeah, Baba. You've done that? No, Baba. He's not done it. Then he look at he's not done it, which gave me so much confidence that I was willing. Yeah, that is, he didn't know sport too much. He knew I was obsessed with cricket. And when I used to go and play, he used to watch from one corner. And every time I scored, only then he would come forward. And I said, Dad, why don't you watch? He says, no, I get scared. Then he's celebrating. He would take the entire team to the restaurant. And everything I did was celebrated. Mom, when I came home at night, didn't stop me from doing anything in my life. I came back at 4 in the morning. I would open the door and she'd say, you're okay, you've come? I'd say, yeah, Mom. You've eaten? Yeah. Would you have anything? No, Ma. Do I have to wake you up in the morning? No, Ma. Okay. Sleep, okay? Get your sleep. And she'd go. And she'd be up at 7 in the morning. So I think these things and this childhood has always remained with me. Me going back to my village. Every holiday, if my parents said, let's go somewhere, I'd say, no, Mangalore. I used to cry when I used to come back because I didn't want to leave my grandparents. You know, so I was grazing the cattle, I was bathing them in the pond, I used to take care of the roosters and the chicken, I used to go fishing in the backwaters. Those memories are so strong and rich that it connected me with nature. And today they say biohacking is about, grounding, that is bare feet.
Walking.
We only did that. I never had my slipper on ever. I used to run the fields forever. So I think these are those 4 or 5 points. My connection to my roots and a very pious place, a temple called the Bachchan temple, Durga Parmeshwarji's most powerful temple, built by a Muslim family. That's unity in diversity. To the height.
Next level,
Even today when Devi comes out, she first goes to their house where the pujas happen. So I've come from a background of total security. So I'm very secure.
Emotionally
Yeah,
secure.
I was always very, very secure. I never competed with anybody. That's why I have so many friends in the industry.
That's true.
I can pick up the phone on anybody, they can pick up the phone on anybody and start from where we left it last.
True.
And blindly, they know and I know that request or that thing would be met with, ki haan, so don't worry, ho jayega. That's it. So it's only upbringing.
That's amazing to know, but I want to ask you that एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग एक सर्टन एक्सपीरियंस और एज के बाद आता है. यस, योर फैमिली हैड सपोर्टेड यू मेजरली एंड वो चीज़ें जो जब फैमिली से ट्रॉमा नहीं मिलता है तो हम इंटरनली बहुत स्ट्रांग होते हैं. लेकिन जब इंडस्ट्री में लोज आए तब आपने अपने आप को कैसे हैंडल किया? कभी आपको शॉक नहीं लगा, हर्ट नहीं हुआ? ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना?
हर्ट हुआ, 100% हर्ट हुआ, लेकिन हर्ट के वजह से ही वो सुधार भी आया. कि छोड़ देना है मेरे को, क्योंकि ना नहीं बोल सकता मैं. सक्सेस के बाद आई वुड डू अ फिल्म विद अ रैंक न्यू कमर डायरेक्टर हु वाज गुड, बट द प्रोड्यूसर डिडंट हैव द मनी टू डू इट, क्योंकि किचन चलाओ थे. तो इट वाजंट मार्केटेड राइट, इट वाजंट अनाउंस्ड. आई वाज एन इंट्रोवर्ट, आई वाज शाय. PR नाम की चीज़ ही नहीं थी मेरे पास. आई डिडंट नो PR. आई डिडंट नो दैट यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट योर सक्सेस एंड ब्लो द ट्रम्पेट. काम हुआ, सक्सेसफुल हुआ, निकल गए नेक्स्ट पे. ऑल दीज थिंग्स was something that I lacked and I learned along the way. But I was never insecure about anything, because that's why I continued investing. It could be in land or in anything to keep me secure financially. And when you're secure financially, these things don't bother you. They bother you, don't bother you too much. And my first rule was no magazines, film related magazines at home. So I have never had a single film related magazine in my house then and today, because I don't want to read anything. I know what all is happening. So what do I need to read about?
दुनिया क्या ही बताएगी आपको?
Yeah, absolute.
How beautiful, how amazing. Okay, I have to let you go, but I have 2 questions. 3 advice for Athiya and 1 warning to KL Rahul, that if you want to give 3 advice to Athiya and 1 warning to
Athiya
Rahul.
was first when she came to the industry, it was don't fear success ever. And are you ready to see failure. Because if you're ready to see failure, then this industry is for us. So be strong. Don't believe it's the end of the world. Secondly, I think be someone who believes in your partner blindly. Trust him completely. Number 3 is an athlete. He will travel. You will not be able to travel with him. Be there for him, because just like every actor, they see highs and lows. You know, when they're scoring, they're the end of the world. In my time, if I believed in Sunil Gavaskar, till my dying day, he would always be my hero. I used to fight, I used to beat. No news, nothing would convince me. But there's so much hatred and vindictive today that just an algorithm is throwing out hatred. And AI is controlling hate, not an individual. So, scary time.
One warning that you want to give to Rahul.
Don't be such a beautiful human being that we seem inferior when it comes to you. You cannot be such a good boy that everybody believes that this is what goodness is about and not you. You know, that's the kind of child he is.
Wow, that's...
So I always tell Athiya, you're blessed. I tell Athiya, she's blessed, not necessarily the other way around. Of course, Athiya is a beautiful child, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's whether my wife, my mother, whether my sister-in-laws, my sister, they are obsessed with him.
एक्शन हीरो तो एकदम ऐसे यू नो आप काफ़ी यू आर वेरी काम कंपोज्ड, आपका बायोहैक काफ़ी बैलेंस्ड है. आप खुल के कब हंसते हैं? आखिरी सवाल एंड देन
90% of the time I am only fooling around. I am only fooling around. But then when it gets to questions and when it gets to life, you need to, you know, to put out what is there and what you see. Now all my friends will never do anything without me because I'm the basic joker out there.
ચાલો તો આ બેસિક પ્રેન્કસ્ટર સાથે વાત કરીને બહુ જ મજા આવી. એક ઇન્ટરવ્યુ આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કરવો પડશે.
કરીશ ને, 100% કરીશ.